So hello you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's time for episode 3 of Daredevil Born Again. So last week I did the double upload of episode 1 and 2. And now we're back to the 1 episode a week format, right? I've said it before how I really love that, the 1 episode a week, because it feels like everyone's on the same page. Everyone's on the same episode, you can get excited over the same things, it's great. I wanted to bring up Bullseye because I said it in my reaction that I was surprised that Bullseye was there. And a few people pointed out that Poindexter was in Daredevil. Well, they didn't point out, they kind of rudely were like, you need to watch Daredevil. I have. Am I wrong, or wasn't he only just Poindexter in that? He hadn't transitioned into Bullseye yet, had he? That was the illusion that I was under. Yeah, we saw him as Poindexter, but we didn't really see him as Bullseye, or we didn't see a whole lot of him as Bullseye. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, maybe he was Bullseye. Bullseye to me is always bald-headed Colin Farrell. But yeah, if you want to watch the more extended version of this reaction, that goes up over on Patreon, along with a bunch of Patreon exclusive content. So any video that is going up on YouTube, the extended versions go up over on Patreon. So we're doing the extended Yellow Jackets, we're doing the extended White Lotus, obviously the extended Daredevil. When The Last of Us comes back next month, the extended version of those will be going up over there, as well as exclusive content. Like there's ongoing reactions to Angel, The Vampire Diaries, Supernatural, X-Files, Star Trek, film reactions, live streams, a whole bunch of stuff. Anywhere that you can find me is also linked down below. My Twitter, my Instagram, my band's Instagram, Lightarian, everything's linked in the description. So let's go with Daredevil.
Luquillo is a beach near where I'm from in Puerto Rico. And the cookie, this little tree frog, sings its name.
Dude, stop, you're gonna call my dog.
It mates for life, right? So every sunset, start calling out to the one and only love.
That's so romantic. I have a new favourite animal.
It's the music
Whistling romantic frogs.
Evening, gentlemen. Oh, maybe, isn't it?
He kind of looks like Colin Farrell's Bullseye. And he's Irish.
Wallets while you're at it.
Of course, the one Irish person's a fucking robber.
Silly wee bastard.
Maybe I was wrong, maybe he wasn't Irish. That sounded a bit Scottish. I don't usually hear people here at home say we. Usually when actors are trying to do Irish accents, it could fall anywhere in the realm of Irish, Scottish or English.
I hear Bacon's Freud triptych is coming up for auction again.
The yellow one.
Wash 200 million through that sale.
I'm reaching for higher goals.
I don't want to engage in eBay bids. Vanessa!
Such as?
We've gone legit.
That kind of violence. None of it is our concern.
Ooh, sounds like she's out for some petty blood feuds, and he's like, nah. Did he totally kill those two cops at the end of last episode? Babe, if you can be ID'd or fingerprinted from that scene, you are so up shit's creek.
I think you mean a shakedown.
Well, not exactly seem ethical, but he'd throw you right off the case.
I'll see you in court, officer.
He's a brave boy to try and go up against Matt after what happens. You're gonna try and threaten him? That's like the 3rd Punisher signal we have seen so far. Oh my god, give me Frank.
And this is just for me to get you on the stand without sweating and puking.
Relax. I got you.
He looks like the little sweaty happy man from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. What's that guy's name? He kind of looks like a beaver or something. Is his name Charlie?
The defendant, he just came out of nowhere. He had this wild look in his eyes, and when you're a cop long enough, you know what that look means, and he starts running towards it. Next thing I know, the guy just takes Cal and he just pushes him in front of the train. And we were partners for 8 years.
We did a lot of illegal shit together, never got caught.
And
He was my buddy in crime.
Just talking about how shitty the Knicks are. Cal Shanahan was my best friend. And that's all over now.
That's what happens when you're a crooked cop. Sometimes it catches up to you. Let this be a lesson. Get it to your thick fucking skull.
Mr. Powell, good morning.
Meaning you and your partner were alone on the platform. Now, language can be strange sometimes, so I just want to make sure we're saying the same thing here.
Okay, so you're alone.
We're about to catch
Buskers
him.
were passed.
Objection.
You better have a good faith basis for this, Mr. Murdoch.
I do what's called the truth,
Please,
Your Honor.
If you get my meaning.
I never heard of him.
Nicky Torres is a confidential informant. Used to work with the NYPD. In fact, used to work with you and Officer Shanahan directly. Officer Powell.
Oh.
Did you and Officer Shanahan have an arranged meeting with Nicky Torres on the platform that night?
Well, now his silence is just suspicious. Everyone's gonna be like, okay, well, yes, he
Told
did.
you I don't know him.
You're a terrible liar.
Doris cannot testify.
You're just gonna threaten a man's life inside a room of court? And what are these fucks doing with the Punisher logo tattooed on them anyway? Frank Castle would hate you fucks. Surprised his hawk ears haven't picked up on this. 15 blocks away, he's like, they're on the way. They stopped for a smoothie and a red traffic light. Okay. Run him over. He's on a bike, for fuck's sake. It's a decoy. That was genius.
My name's Nicky Torres. And where do you live, Mr. Torres?
I live in a safe house.
Washington Heights. Were you passing along information to Officers Shanahan and Powell?
So why did they turn on him then? Why were they kicking the shit out of him?
No. It's home all night. Hector Ayala intervened to save your life. Objection. With great risk put himself in harm's way, didn't it? Oh, this is bullshit.
Yeah, just turn to like the council or the jury or whoever we're trying to convince and be like, he's a lying sack of shit. But he's not lying about being at the subway station that night. He was there.
How about I pay $0 to Victor and you go tell Fisk if he's got something to say to me, he can come tell me himself.
I think you're gonna get shot in this laneway.
I work for the man.
Is he new?
Who
is he?
Record of payments or something.
Powell did everything cash. Kept it all off the books.
I sent Buck to Luca to tell him to pay Victor 1.8 restitution for the hijacking.
Let's not fall into a place where I don't trust you.
I think you're already there. If she's gone behind your back to do things, we are already there.
Yeah, I bought some flowers at La Bodega, and I was heading down to the station. Soledad and I, we've always dreamt of having our own place, and I put a deposit down on a studio in the South Bronx.
Because you wanted to surprise your wife.
Yes.
Okay, so did you know they were police officers?
No, I was just trying to help. I didn't want anyone to get hurt.
Wasn't the first time, was it? Put yourself in harm's way before.
What?
Many times.
No!
The question is, why?
Don't out him as a little hero, vigilante guy.
You intervened that night. Are you the vigilante known as the White Tiger?
Objection! Objection!
You, what? Didn't we just strike a deal to not out him? I'm sure he has a plan, and Matt, I have faith in you, but it was just in his wife's good books. He gave that big speech about putting the down payment, and then suddenly he's a superhero. Look at his mask.
Put me in quite a bind, Mr. Murdoch.
I didn't mean to disrespect the court, Your Honor.
I sit atop a pyramid of over 500 ADAs. You're not going to be able to stumble into traffic court without one of them up your ass.
You know what? If I was Matt, I would just be like, oh, you sit atop a pyramid, do you? Well, I'm going to scale that pyramid and stab you in the fucking neck in the alleyway after court. See you later, babes. You got to get into their head. You got to psych them out a little bit.
You should have asked me first.
You would have said no.
We were losing. I had to take a big swing. You know that, right? You can't ever put that suit back on.
Why? Just because people know who he is?
I don't think you understand. It's a calling. Chose me.
Matt's like,
Might as well ask me to stop breathing.
I think you might be surprised at how much you don't miss being him.
You're lying to yourself and to this poor son of a bitch in this cell. The lies. Oh, the bullshit pouring out of his mouth. You won't even miss it. I don't think you'd even miss it. As he cries himself to sleep, cradling the horn off of his helmet. Bullshit!
Thought for sure we were dead. Until all of a sudden I see someone running toward us. It was White Tiger.
A few weeks ago I was leaving work. It was late and I have to cut to this alley to get home.
So we're talking him up
this
now?
Guy, if White Tiger hadn't been there, I don't know what would have happened.
Weapon, he attacked me without provocation. We fought. And then White Tiger appeared. He intervened.
So in other words, White Tiger fucking rocks.
Officer Reyes. All of these tell a different version of the same story. And it isn't the story of a man who has a vendetta against the police.
It's the right thing to do.
Your wife is going to have a thing or two to say to you about that when you get home, if you get out of here. You ran in towards a burning car, risked your fucking life, you dumb fuck!
It's the right thing to do.
If I found out my boyfriend and my husband was moonlighting as a superhero, one, incredibly sexy, the mask stays on. Two, you stupid bitch, don't you ever put yourself in danger again.
Every night, Hector Ayala goes out and risks his life. Does this sound like the type of man who'd murder a police officer in cold blood? He's a hero.
God damn, that was so sexy of you, Matt.
But we're supposed to be okay with that, right? Because he's done some nice things for people. Because it was the right thing to do.
We could argue his exact same logic against the police. Oh, good people can do bad things, well then the police can be crooked. Well then maybe your two guys from the police force were beating the fuck up out of somebody.
And every single day, these brave men and women show up to serve the people of this city without a mask.
Yeah, they do it without a mask, but they hide behind the fucking badges.
To do good for his community.
Hide all the crooked shit they do. Butter wouldn't melt, smile. Sorry, I got robbed once and called the police and they rang me 24 hours later to ask me if I still needed assistance. I was like, you know what? If If I did, I'd be well and truly fucked, wouldn't I? My city's a joke, though. Limerick is known for being a fucking joke. And the police never come when you call them, so... Yeah, Matt, you don't even miss him at all. You don't even think about him at all, Matt. Jerking off to the feeling of the horn in your hand. That sentence strangely flowed incredibly well. They better find him innocent, I swear to God. If I was Matt and they found him guilty, I'm killing everyone in this room and myself.
The count of murder in the first degree, the jury finds the defendant not guilty. On the count of murder in the second degree, the jury finds the defendant not guilty.
He's gonna have to leave this fucking city, though. Those policemen are gonna come down on his ass. Look at them. Look at them. They all have murder in their fucking eyes.
You're free to go.
Thank you.
Shout out to the jury for being fair and hearing this through.
Your friend, the journalist BB.
We have people at the Times.
Tell her I want to see her again.
We're getting the vlogger back up into this penthouse. Put me on your live stream, BB.
So is this the Matt Murdock victory lap? You win the Ayala case, and now you get to enjoy the spoils.
My old partner and I, straight out of law school, we were so broke. Needless to say, the first bottle lasted a very long time.
Foggy Nelson, right?
Too soon. Don't bring his name up. Come on now. Foggy's fine. He's just on holiday in, like, Jakarta or
I'm
something.
wondering when he would.
He's okay.
Foggy Nelson.
Who is fine.
May God hold them all in the hollow of his hand.
That was intense. May Jesus grip you tight and tuck you in at night.
Sir, a court and a jury found him not guilty.
Courts fail, juries get it wrong.
He's so fucked. He's so fucked. He's gonna go out to try and help people out and the police are gonna they're gonna kill him.
A man who wears a mask to cover his face.
His outfit's very Moon Knight, isn't it?
These vigilantes, they are not heroes.
Did you miss the whole "they save people" speech?
The rule of law must prevail.
No way was that Frank. No fucking way. Hang on now. Hang on now, you. Oh, they're so careful about not showing his face. I mean, we've seen that symbol 3 or 4 times throughout the show, so that could be somebody else wearing it. But then again, that was Frank's thing. Wearing that was his thing. Frank! You and me are gonna have fucking words now if you killed him, I swear to God. Way to overshadow Hector, though. God, the poor fucking guy got shot. Now all anyone's gonna be talking about is the Punisher back. Justice for White Tiger. Anyway, lads, that is it for this reaction work. Extended version's going up on Patreon as usual. The link to that's in the description down below. There's a bunch of Patreon exclusive content if you want to come over and see more stuff from me. My Twitter, my Instagram, my band's Instagram. Anywhere you can find me is in the description down below. What did we make of that? I'm sorry, I'm still just sitting here staring at this, by the way, and I'm like, ooh.